YouTube, what up? We are back for our first pick for week number 9 of NFL. We are riding again with the Bucs this week. We are riding with the Bucs +9 on the road, going to Kansas City on Monday Night Football. Before I dive into this pick, let me do a quick recap of our 2 picks that we had for week 8, and then I'll get right back into the week 9 pick. So for week 8, we went 1-1. Back-to-back weeks, we went 1-1. You know, I really wish we could have went 2-0. Either of the weeks or both of the weeks. That's how we get ahead. But at least 1-1, we're not getting behind either. And the one win we did have, it was at even money, so we didn't even lose on the vig. We literally broke dead even. So our loser of the week was the Bucs. Here's the thing: the Bucs, I think offensively, they're pretty much as good as almost anybody. They seem to be able to put up points at a really high rate. And the Falcons did the same in this game, but the Bucs' biggest liability, and we knew this going in, is their defense. Defensively, they've been really bad. That's not usually the case under a Todd Bowles and this DC that they've had there. It's just not the case. But I don't know if it's a long-term thing now or if it's just a trend. Time will tell. But their defense has been really bad. But Baker Mayfield has been playing. I mean, I'm not saying he's the MVP. You know, there's a few guys you can put ahead of him, like Jared Goff, for example. But Baker is playing really, really well. Liam Cohen is drawing up really nice plays, the new OC there. And offensively, they look really good. Everybody was concerned, Chris Godwin's out, Mike Evans is out. They're not going to look the same. I would argue they looked even better without those two. I'm not saying I wouldn't want those guys there. I'm just saying they offensively didn't miss a beat. If you actually watch the game or even look at the box score, the play-by-play, whatever, you'll see what lost them this game was actually the fluky plays. It was the low IQ plays. It was the flukiness. It wasn't the actual skill, which is what we bet on, is the skill. It was the fluke that lost us this game. And that's a lot of times how bets go. You lose on the fluke. So what fluke happened? First drive of the game, the running back fumbles. That's super fucking unlucky for us. Can't control that stuff, whatever. And then you have the play. I'm not going to say it was or wasn't a touchdown, but you have the Kyle Pitts play where he's running into the end zone. Boom, he gets the Tampa Bay defender, strips him right at the end because he's too loosey-goosey with it. He fumbles. Oh, we don't have a camera view to see the play. Homie, it's the fucking NFL. How do you not have a camera view? Like, this league is so fucking corrupt. It's unbelievable. So that's an automatic touchdown for Atlanta because we don't have a camera view in a fucking $1 trillion company. It's unbelievable. I digress. Moving on. Oh, and don't let me forget the fake punt. Are you fucking shitting me with this fake punt? 4th and 3 on their own, whatever. Huge part of the game. You know, Tampa was finally starting to get some stops defensively, and then the offense kind of stalled out in the third quarter. 4th and 3, instead of just going for it like a normal person, they do this bullshit fake punt that doesn't even get close. Just horrible. Those were kind of the big plays that fucked us. Yeah, Baker had a couple picks, but they weren't like bad, costly picks. They were in Atlanta's territory. Even one of those picks ended up turning into a safety. It was so deep. So I don't put a ton into the picks. You know, Jesse Bates caught an amazing ball. It wasn't like Baker threw a terrible ball and it got picked. It was like just a great play. So offensively, I still really like this Buccaneers team, but I'll talk more about that for this week's pick. Let's go to our winner really quick. The New York Jets lose to our New England Patriots. We had the Patriots +7 even money. Look, guys, I've been saying it for a while. The Jets are not a good football team. I'm tired of hearing how good this team is, how much potential they have. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But Woody Johnson is a loser, and I said it last week. The head coaching thing was very weird. That was probably a firing based on politics. Who the fuck fires a coach when they're 2-3? It's very strange. So I'm not buying that it was the team was underperforming. We had to fire our coach. Very weird there. Woody Johnson deserves to lose every game of the season after that decision. But my main point is, like, it was a bad team playing a bad team. And the first bad team is laying 7 on the road. Like, it made no sense. They shouldn't have been laying 7 points. I actually predicted the Patriots to win this game. It is what it is. I legit thought the Patriots were going to win this game. I'm not even sure the Patriots should have been underdogs. Like, it's two shitty teams. The home team gets points for home field advantage. I don't know. Like, the Jets had no business acting like they are the fucking Detroit Lions, laying 7 points on the road. It made no sense to me. Kind of weird. Drake May plays decent, then he gets hurt. Jacoby Brissett actually has a decent game. We'll take it. Jet. Oh, and for the record, the Jets need to fire their kicker. What are they doing? This kicker has cost them at least 2 games that I've seen this year. He cost them the Bills game, and he cost them the Patriots game. That guy stinks. He needs to be cut immediately. But that's it for last week. We went 1-1. Let's try to get back on an actual winning streak here and get some profit this weekend. So back to this week, we are riding with the Bucs +9 on Monday Night Football on the road to Kansas City. I know nobody wants to bet against Kansas City. I get it. But I at the same time, I don't get it because I get being afraid of betting against teams like the Ravens, like the Lions, teams that could just fucking blow you the fuck out sometimes. Those seem to be those kind of teams. The Chiefs haven't really been that team for the most part this year. They've been more of a defensive team. They're like a better version of the Chargers. Like, they usually win like low scoring games with better production than like someone like better offensive production than a team like the Chargers. Because, I know Mahomes has high interceptions this year. A lot of people are saying he's no good or whatever. Everybody's hating on him because he has high picks. But the thing is, like, they're still very efficient on offense. They get a lot of rushing touchdowns, and that takes away from his passing touchdown stats. So everyone's acting like he's bad, but he's not. What more does he have to prove? He's not fucking bad. Like, the rushing touchdowns counts just the same as the passing touchdown. So the Chiefs are still good. I'm not saying they're a bad team. That would just be a dumb thing to say. But my whole point is it's not like they are usually blowing teams out by 1,000,000 points. And you could also say offensively, they have, I just, made my case for them. They're still good, but they haven't been like as efficient as like the Lions, the Ravens, whatever you want to say. Like, they've been good, but not like elite this year offensively. And I think Tampa's offense is actually, from just solely an offensive standpoint, has been better than KC offensively. So I expect Baker to be able to kind of surprise the Chiefs a little bit and be like, holy shit, we haven't really had to face somebody this hot this year. And I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Now, I do still think the Chiefs are going to win this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs kind of get a little lead on them out of nowhere. And it's like, oh shit, is upset alert. And I think the Chiefs will probably do what the Chiefs do. They'll clutch up at the end, win by 3 or 4. Chiefs win, we cover with +9. That's kind of what I'm expecting in this game. But the big difference in this game is defensively. The Chiefs are much better than Tampa defensively. And I understand that going into it. Now, I do think there's a chance the Bucs are going to figure this out defensively at some point because Todd Bowles, defensive-minded head coach, and his DC, like, they've been at this for a while, and they're usually much better than this. So maybe this is just a fluky stretch, or maybe it's going to be this way for a while. But I'm not betting on them figuring it out. I still like this number with them not having it figured out because of how much I like them offensively. And I just think Baker and Liam Cohen and this Bucs offense is going to have enough firepower. I don't care that they don't have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Last week proved it. They were just as good. They might have been even better. Their running game is really, really good as well. I just expect them to be able to put up enough points to keep this one somewhat close against a Chiefs team that hasn't been totally lighting up the scoreboard this year offensively. Again, they have been good, but they haven't been scoring like fucking 50 points a game and putting up crazy numbers like the Lions, like the Ravens, some teams that have just been looking ridiculous. Even the Commanders some games. That's just hasn't been their style. They're more of just a physical football team. So, again, nothing's guaranteed. We'll see how this plays out, but genuinely just looking at the line, when I saw +9, I was fucking shocked. I thought this was going to be like, I don't know, somewhere between 3 and 5. When I saw 9, I was like, yo, is Baker not playing? Is he injured and suspended for the Zin thing? Nope, he's good. I'm like, holy fuck, we're getting the Bucs at +9? I mean, this isn't the New York Giants we're playing here. This is the Tampa Bay Bucks. Like, if you actually look, like, the Tampa Bay Bucks have scored 50 plus on one of the games this year. You saw them on Thursday Night Football light it up with Atlanta. Like, this is an offense that has been killing it all year. Their defense has failed them miserably, but offensively, that's the bread and butter. We like to see that. So I have to take the points here. I know the Bucs have came short the past couple weeks, but I can't abandon them with how good they're still playing offensively. I just think a couple things haven't gone their way. I think some of their past 2 games are a little misleading. I still think they're really good. And I expect this to be a little bit of a game here. And, we'll see what happens. Like, the Bucs could hang around in this one. I will genuinely be surprised if the Chiefs just blow them out. But it's the NFL. You never know what's going to happen. I got to ride with the Bucs at least for one more week. Give me the Bucs +9. It's just too many points on Monday Night Football. A unit's 1% of your bankroll. As always, it's not financial advice. You never have to bet my plays. Just putting it out there for the public to see, for myself to see how I do this year doing this publicly for everybody. But that's it, boys. Bucs +9. We're riding with them. I don't know if we'll have any more videos or not this week. I've been updating my model. I'm almost done. So it's been harder to get to all the games, but I'm getting closer and closer. Just trying to make my model as accurate as possible. And so, yeah, just been doing a lot of tweaks to that. And that's it, boys. I will catch you in the next one. If I don't talk to you and I don't have any other picks, I'll just talk to you guys next week. As always, good luck, boys. We always will need it. Peace.